We're on the board. More geese. They're coming. Oh.
Nice 3-spot, Dano. Okay, I don't have to float it as much as I thought.
So we're out here shooting some clay pigeons and
Sporting clays.
yeah, I'll redo that.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're out here shooting sporting clays midday, and I just got my eye surgery done, and it helped a lot. Oh. Three.
Running a tight match around here.
Oh. But like, it's very apparent, I mean, for everyone. Heck yeah, Dano, nice work.
Dane won himself $100.
Yeah.
50 from me, 50 from Matt. I love it, and by golly do I hate it.
Me too.
It is just before 4 a.m. We're here at the shop, getting the trailer hooked up, dogs loaded up, meeting up with the boys. First trip of the year, early morning. I am level 10 pumped right now. It's go time.
On this hunt, we're going to North Dakota for early season. It's August, so there's inherent challenges that come with August hunting, but the team is super fired up, always are for the first trip of the season. On this hunt, we showed up around 3 o'clock, checked into the Airbnb, and then we just went straight to the big water. And what we're looking for, although the birds aren't flying, we're just looking for fields that are cut and pinning every single field that's cut, that's close to the water, within a few miles of the water. Because if they're in this cove, they're gonna be in this field.
Too much traffic in here.
There's nothing in this bay, yeah. I looked all the way back up in here.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. But this is super busy.
Roll on.
Yeah. Agreed. Rammer. We continue.
The other technique that we have is when you're looking for them on the water to identify where the geese are, is we'll look at onX, we'll use the landscape, we'll try to find a high point where we can look out over the different coves and bays in the lake. And it's basically glassing with binos and, you know, spotters on the window mount and the pickup, and just truly scanning the lake and finding them.
Oh, there's probably 50 in there, maybe a few more.
The field over there is not cut, however, there is something being cut right as we speak.
It was 140 about 5 minutes ago.
Well, I've counted groups of 10 and I'm multiplying it and tracking it across. There's every bit of 150 in there.
So 15 packs of 10.
Yeah, or 10 packs of 15.
Wow, math.
Could be 30 packs of 5.
Could be,
Or 50 packs of 3.
but it's not.
Just saying, we never know. We didn't see him go in the field. The group before them too that came in, man, it was like sailing in low and soft and quiet. 3 soft clucks.
The whole time.
That was it. Everybody wants to blow their goose call and they get excited when they see geese in the air, but it's pretty hard to debate that, man. 3 very quiet clucks did it.
It's fascinating. Paying attention matters, though.
That'll fire a guy up. I'm ready to go. Let's get him.
Our strategy when we first get there is always to take the first evening we're there and the first morning and scout. And so evening number one, when we're not even hunting that day, it's to scout and find the field where the birds are going in the evening, to then hunt them the next day in the evening. Day, which is our day 2 in North Dakota, before we've even hunted, it's our first morning scout. We're trying to find a field for the next morning, which would be our day 3, our second hunt of the trip. So you're kind of playing this game of leapfrog with scouts and hunts and scouts and hunts. Because in the early season, those birds will go to a different field in the morning than they will in the evening a lot of times. And wherever the first group goes, they're all going. So you just figure that out and follow them, and you're good to go, and then you can start working on getting permission. I would say the technique that we use for asking permission is the same always. It is go talk to them, be approachable, be relatable, let them know exactly what you're doing. You know, we don't try to sugarcoat it. You know, hey, we're in town from Montana and we're looking to do some goose hunting tomorrow. We noticed you've got geese in your field. Would it be okay if we went in and hunted your field tomorrow?
He is the local agronomist.
Oh, really?
And he's scouting all for us today. All day. Knows everybody.
Oh, I love that.
I always let them know that we will be respectful of entrances and exits, if there's gates that need to be open or closed. Also let them know we have experience in that, right? We've grown up around livestock and farming. We're very comfortable with it. So the nice thing about rural America, whether you're in North Dakota or anywhere else, most people are pretty open to letting guys go in and do some hunting on their land.
We're in like Flynn, boys. He's like, you drove all the way here from Montana to shoot geese. I said, yeah, and he goes, y'all need to get into pheasant hunting. It tastes way better.
We're going hunting. Let's go.
And these fields are so vast, right? It's North Dakota, so they're really big fields. And we noticed that there was 2 spots where you could hunt. You could either hunt up in the green, which we later found out is an old pit that had been dug a long time ago. Or you could go closer to where they were, and what we found was that there was just a tiny little row of wheat that was missed by the combine. So we opted to set up right in those wheat rows, and I felt like the hide was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a perfect hide ever in a situation like that. You're in a big flat field. You just got to get in and blend as best you can and hope that it works.
We opted to put the decoys around us to kind of help break it up a little bit. You know, if they wanted to land on the edge of them, they could. We could shoot the edge. We also put some behind us, which is unique. Normally we don't do that, but in early season we chose to because of the hide. The hide was a little bit weak, so we wanted to get a little bit bigger footprint in the field if we could.
So here we are in North Dakota. It's about 85 degrees in August. Optimal goose hunting weather up here in the North Country.
Goose.
And what I'm going to tell you boys is if you come up here, you're going to want to bring a lot of water and a good attitude. God damn. I'm going to be honest with you, that I'm not down with being right next to my head while we're goose hunting.
I don't love this, dude. Well, then get rid of her. It's not a big deal. It's just Charlotte's Web. Have you seen the show?
Duh.
She's nice. She's not out to get you.
Listen, I'm not scared of spiders. I just don't need a booner this close to my head while I'm hunting.
Well, then get rid of her.
And
then we start looking around, and it turns out there's a spider next to all of our blinds and a spider on basically every piece of green that we picked. And what turned out to be a really great hide ended up being that we just cut down a spider's nest and put it and used the grass for blind material.
We had a full-on infestation of arachnids. And we did not know that. When we had cut that green, we had also loaded it all in the trailer and then drove it to where we set out the blinds.
Yeah.
So yes, we're sitting there and all of a sudden spiders just start showing up everywhere, like all over the damn place. It ended up being, even after that hunt for a couple days, I mean, the damn trailer was infested with spiders.
Yeah.
And so every time we're opening anything in the trailer, these giant frickin' spiders, I don't know what they were.
I think they were orb spiders.
Were just everywhere. Yeah, spiders, you know, didn't affect the hunt at all. It was again, a funny thing to chat about and laugh about before the geese started flying. Once the geese started flying, we could have been covered in spiders and nobody would have cared.
Get in, Dane. Early season. That's a pretty classic deal. Shortstop us by 150 yards. But there's more birds coming. First geese of the season, boy.
We're on the board.
Love to see it. More geese up. Sing the same line. Fire coming, boy. Smoked them both. I think we're done. Day one. Long season to go.
Yep, all the birds are off the water. They're gone the other way. We killed 7, so not a bad day. But yeah, day one of a soon-to-be 115-day season ahead of us.
It's a tricky hunt too because of the daylight hours. The geese tend to fly really late at night and really early in the morning. And so what happens is you're scouting really late into the evening, you know, 9:30 in the evening. Well, we might be 2 hours from our hotel and then you got to drive back to the hotel and you crash. No restaurants are open, nothing's open. So you're just eating tailgate dinners, whatever crap you can get your hands on. And then you're looking at the wake up time for the travel back 2 hours to the field you're gonna hunt. It's like, we're going to bed at 11:30 and we gotta wake up at 2:30 in the morning to drive another 2 hours to set up. It's a perfect hunt for an insomniac. And so it's a tricky hunt, but again, spirits are so high going into it, the first one of the season, that nothing really can bring you down. You're just pumped to be out goose hunting with your pals.
It's really early, right? Like we're waking up at 2:30 in the morning to get out there in time for a 5:30 flight. So we didn't know where we were gonna hide. We didn't know anything. We just kind of just went for it. And
it was a very flat, open field. So there was not like natural hiding spots for us there. We had some clouds and the smoke again that kind of created a bit of a low ceiling.
because of the low ceiling, we didn't have a shadow like that they had to fly over. And so we had to turn around and watch to see them get up off the roost. And then when they'd start coming, then we'd tuck down in and we'd have to just listen.
I wish these ones over here would give us a look. Tough morning.
I think that measuring the success of the hunt based on the number of birds is always a bad idea. Because some of the most fun hunts we've had, we've shot very few birds, and I've been on some hunts, and we've been on some hunts where we absolutely smashed them. And for whatever reason, I couldn't wait to get out of the field.
Yeah.
How I would gauge success on a hunt like that is, did our strategies work? You know, we had a plan going into it. Were we right or were we wrong? We knew we weren't going to shoot, you know, in the early season, the limit's 15 geese per guy per day. We knew we weren't going to shoot 15 geese per guy per day. We were just curious of, in this area, does our plan work? Does our strategy work? Is the gear working well from the year before when we put it away? How's the dog doing? He hasn't hunted in 6 months. How's everything functioning? Are we flowing? It's kind of a dry run, right?
Quit too early. But how do you know? Golly.
It's a time to work out the kinks, hang out. Again, because there's so much downtime in the day, there's a lot of fun. We would go shoot sporting clays during the day, one of those days. You know, went into town, tried out some restaurants. We went bowling one of the days. Again, first road trip of the year. It's unbeatable.
So we're taking this raffia grass and we just like hitched it over itself, and then I'm taking it in strips like this, folding it in half and running it through the stubble strips to mimic that, you know, straight movement and look that you get with the wheat row. Looks money. This one's done.
I think this is our best decoy spread of the week.
This is the best hide. I mean,
And
that
best
looks
hide.
good.
It's the best hide, it's the best spread we've set so far. We have a decent wind, although it's dying. It's supposed
Always
to pick,
does right at
It's
sunup.
supposed to pick up.
Yeah.
We're gonna cross shoot them so they're not looking right at us. And this is also the biggest feed we've found. We saved it for the last day because we didn't know how the heck we were gonna hide in it.
The factors that made that last hunt most successful were 3 things. The fact that we were in between 2 different roosts, so we had 2 groups of birds coming to this field at once. We had a great hide right where the birds wanted to be, and we were farther away from the roost than any other hunt. So they had to travel to get to us. So that got them up off the water, flying. They couldn't hear our shots, and they were working it perfectly.
One other thing that we had on that hunt is we're in a really great vantage point for visibility to other geese. So our decoy spread really stuck out. The color contrast was really good. We were on top, had a low ceiling with clouds and smoke, 2 different roosts feeding into it, and it happened to be the secret sauce for that day.
We got no reason to go.
I agree.
I mean, I think that I would sure think they're gonna fly, but they're just sitting down there on the water being lazy. I think we got a case of full moon fever going on right now.
Full moon fever.
Yeah.
I've heard of that before. I've heard it plagues white-tailed deer, other various land mammals, but I do know that it does plague ducks for sure in the duck season. But Form here is confident that they're going to come back.
Eventually.
And so we're going to wait
A few days.
36 more minutes, and then we're going to pack up.
When are we eating the ribeyes?
Ribeyes tonight.
You cooking them?
Oh yeah.
You are.
Oh yeah.
We better get a meat pro. We're gonna need a meat pro.
This is funny because you've eaten steaks prepared by these hands many a time.
Yeah. I know.
And it's been a culinary delight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
For who?
For you. I've watched you eat steak before at my house with tears running down your eyes because
Tears of joy?
the experience has been overwhelmingly positive.
Like the buffalo block.
Yeah, like I would say top 5 of your life.
Some of the things and lessons you can pull from this episode and from this experience that we had is when you're hunting in the early season, be ready to scout very late into the evening and very early in the morning. Know that you are not going to get a long night of sleep, period, the end.
Yeah, another piece of advice I would have for people looking to hunt early season geese is if you have a season that's close to you, start there. You don't have to travel to North Dakota to go do that one. That's just the one that's closest to us.
Absolutely agree.
So sticking with what you know, if you have that opportunity, I feel like is your biggest advantage. I mean, working that first group of birds, I mean, there's nothing better seeing them get up off the roost, climb across the field. You get to blow your goose call for the first time at a live goose. Nothing like it.
There's a little bit of like, holy shit, we remember how to do this.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
You're just excited that it works, right? Everybody's pumped. Great way to kick off the year. Again, not to beat a dead horse, it's just fun to scratch the itch again, get back out in the field. There's a lot of camaraderie, there's a lot of time to play pool at the local watering hole. It just had us all very excited to roll into the main part of our Montana waterfowl season.
4 hours away from home, found a screw in the passenger rear tire of the truck. So we stopped the tire shop. They're gonna fix it and resume the road trip. It's always something. I'm here to tell you, it's always freaking something.